Yeah. So I made a 先介绍吗？自己。Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start this conversation soon. Hello everyone, welcome to Vera the Intern, and we're currently live stream at ETH Denver, and we have amazing founder or builder next to me, Philip from Woot. Great meeting you.
Thank you.
Or
Nice
great
to
meeting
meet
you, Philip.
Okay. Thank you.
So
Nice meeting you.
before we start to talk more about Woot, can you give us an introduction of like who you are, what's the team behind the Woot?
Okay. Sure. Of course. Sure. So I'm Philip. I'm actually another founder about the listing and head of listing and partnership at Wu ecosystem. We are kind of a go-to gateway for the users between the decentralized and centralized exchange. And we are I think, a centralized exchange incubated by the Kronos Exchange, a top market maker in the Asia space initially. And then we also incubated the Wu-Fi, which is a multi-chain DEX later, and also a top DEX called Orderly. So combined all together, I think we form the Wu ecosystem scene.
Awesome. Are you guys also building in storage system?
Yeah, I think
what is that product?
I think we have some conversation between the story, talking about providing liquidity through the IP-backed tokens or assets, but it's very early stage, but we are more than happy to explore, I think, further collaborations between the story protocol.
The question I had was asking him to share like a story with story teams.
Yeah, I think a week before, I think TG, I think Willie, and also team from the team is, I think they barely sleep, I think. So I just want to I think to create a successful, I think, TG and listing and for the IP tokens, and they have very, I think, ambitious goals, because not only that they want to launch the IP token at TG, but I think they also incubated 6 or 7 ecosystem projects and want to launch at the same time along with the IP tokens. And that is, I think I have not seen in my past experience in the crypto space. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like a lot of like a builder organically come to build in a story team as well. So yeah, I really respect what they've been building, and they're actually opening this whole new world of IP, which is like really hard, right?
Yeah.
In this space, there's a lot about the financial stuff, and IP has been. I think it was started with like the NFT time, and then it was like hard problem where a lot of people kind of gave up and not doing it. And I really respect that they're actually taking this hard route, and then to showcase what that on-chain IP will look like. Right. And then you guys are in the DeFi DEX world. I think there's quite a lot of things that potentially can happen between the story and rule. So yeah. Is there anything that interested you?
Yeah, I think I can just give you some brief example or user case scenario. So in Web2 world, so a lot of, I think, artists and probably movie companies, they use their IPs as a collateral to borrow or take loans from the financial institutions.
Oh yes.
Yes. A lot of examples such as the Warner Brothers or even Marvel, they use a lot of, I think, their comic book characters as IP to film the first Iron Man movie. And but that was very, I think, the negotiation process and also the cost was, I think, very lengthy, and it was not efficient, so not cost effective. I think in terms of in the Web3 world, if the IP can be tokenized in a standardized format such as I think the story can provide, and I think in terms of the efficiency of those assets can be improved significantly. Just imagine if those assets can be provide liquidity in the other instant that they were created, and also be collateralized, and also can generate some interest bearing components for those assets. So for example, it's just, I think, story just I think they have some collaboration with BTS and also Blackpink. Yeah, and for those copyrights are very valuable. So they actually in real world they will generate, I think, daily cash flows. And then so if you patronize those assets on chain, and then the people maybe can the people who has interest here, they can maybe purchase a part of those IPs or and to use as collateral to leverage up, and also to trade. So those IPs value can be, I think, improved in a lot of dimensions.
I think another use case will be very interesting because they own the IP, and in the real world, the IP actually generate a lot of revenue.
Yes.
Like they can actually buy back. I think the project that you're talking is it's the one that buys like just people's Quiche IP. They bought Jesus Flowers was one of like the most popular K-pop song, and also they had like BTS. So in the future, all those songs can generate revenue and then getting back to the token holder. That's another way, like not only just getting like funk like quote unquote fundraising from the crowd, but also you can buy back and give back. It's a much efficient way for like the IP finance.
Yes. I think the buyback from my perspective is more like I think shareholder value protection because it's like for example in Web2, right, a lot of users who are fans of the those like icons, they don't have probably a revenue sharing mechanism, because I'm a fan. I buy a lot of songs or I subscribe because stars like products or like their IP pendants, but you don't get probably a sense or a fraction of the revenue sharing mechanism from those successful of those. I think those icons, but I think in Web3 what Ariel can do and what Story protocol can facilitate is that actually the makes more of sense.
Like a new financial perspective of IP that was ever never brought on trend, because a lot of times when people think about IP, they will think about Hello Kitty, right? They will think about Mickey Mouse or like Disney IPs as well. But most people don't really understand or see the financial part of it, because it's a little bit too far from like normal people. Like we can't really participate in those movie deals and this is make it possible. Story make it possible for people to be able to like I can tell people, hey, I'm an investor of Flower Song, which is like you see, right? I'm an investor of like the IP of Justin Bieber, right? Like the fans can also actually feel that part of the ownership for us series. So yeah, and then you're from the financial world. You actually explain it better in a financial way of how.
Okay, my background was actually initially I started my career as JP Morgan investment banking. So I helped a lot of Chinese companies to go offshore markets to raise capitals. Yeah,
it's actually pretty similar. Right?
Yeah.
Like the RWA.
Yes. I think IP is a form of RWA. You can also like.
Yes, and now like people think about RWA is more thinking about real estate. They're thinking about physical stuff, but the IP itself is RWA as well, and it's much closer to consumers, so much closer to the entertainment world as well, which can reach a broader audience. So yeah, it's been pretty amazing, and then you guys should continue that conversation with the Story. And I hope to see you in this ecosystem as well. And I can't wait to see a DEX. Woot DEX are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think we already onboarded a Story. I think support them already. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate this conversation. Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you.
And we're gonna have our next guest.
Of course.
Appreciate it.